What does synodality mean?
Synodality means the path along which the people of God walk together. And that is the path that the Pilgrim people of God follow in our diocese of Parramatta. In the last several years, Pope Francis has convened 4 synods, 2 on the family, 1 on youth, and 1 on the Amazon. And here in the church in Australia, we Catholics are involved in the synodal style process called the Plenary Council, currently underway. These are all the endeavors where we, as the people of God, walk the synodal path.
What is a synodal church?
A synodal church is a church that listens to the Spirit, communicating through the sense of all the faithful, or the sensus fidelium. The Plenary Council, in its preparatory stage and in its celebration, will be a concentrated moment in the life of the Australian Church of listening to the Holy Spirit by listening to the sensus fidelium. Now, the image of the people walking along the path together evokes an image of friends swapping stories, sharing words of wisdom, and caring for one another along the journey. That they are people of God conveys that they share a deep understanding of their Creator God, who has made each of them in the image and likeness of God.
What are some of the guiding principles of synodality?
Papal biographer Austin Ivory defines synodality as a method and process of discussion and participation in which the whole people of God can listen to the Holy Spirit and take part in the life and mission of the Church. Pope Francis identifies 4 main principles of synodality in the joy of the gospel. First, time is greater than space. Second, unity prevails over conflict. Third, realities are more important than ideas. And fourth, the whole is greater than the part. As the supreme pastoral leader of the Catholic Church, Pope Francis recognizes that the Holy Spirit is within each of us. He emphasizes the important process of listening and accompanying people living in a particular reality, whether they be youth, families, or those living in the Amazon, or even here in Western Sydney in our diocese.
What is involved in the practice of synodality?
Hearing what the Holy Spirit has to say to the Church can only happen through a deep mutual interaction among the people of God at all levels. Listening, dialoguing, praying, and discerning are the key activities of synodality. In church synods, the voting members are bishops, but with synodality, the bishops are also listening to and dialoguing with others who are experiencing particular realities, such as with youth, families, or the indigenous. Pope Francis offers a few guidelines when participating in a synodal way. First, he encourages every participant to speak with parousia, and that is boldness, openness, and frankness, in order to integrate freedom, truth, and charity. Next, dialogue allows for us to grow, but it must be honest, not useless chatter, rumors, conjectures, or prejudices. And as people speak with courage, those listening must do so with humility, open to newness, and the possibility of changing their opinions.
How does discernment fit in the synodal process?
Discernment is of fundamental importance in this process. It is based on the conviction that God is at work in world history, in life's events, in the people I meet, and who speak to me. But discernment needs space and time. This time of silence can allow everyone to recognize within their hearts the nuances of what they have heard, and to allow everyone to reflect deeply and seize upon what strikes me most. This attention to the movements within the movements of the Spirit is essential in proceeding through the synod process, which takes on variations of see, judge, act, or recognizing, interpreting, and choosing, or seeing, discerning, acting.
What does the Parramatta Way of Synodality look like for you?
Well, the fruits of synodality for our church are many. First of all, synodality honors the maturity, dignity, and equality of all Catholics. Too often it was a small but powerful group that made the decisions on behalf of entire peoples who were then obliged to obey. The church modeled on mutual listening and reconciled diversity can help civil society to be built up in justice and fraternity, and thus bring about a more beautiful human world for coming generations. Secondly, the process promotes Christian unity, even where differences occur. In fact, especially where differences occur. Respecting the diversity of perspectives allows for broadening of one's understanding and deepening of the truth in particular situations. Ideology is outranked by addressing the particular reality. Also, by allowing openness and free expression of the challenges, obstacles, and problems, so also solutions can be worked out together in a win-win way. And finally, the synodal process is truly missionary. As the Spirit inspires in the listening and discernment, so also are the participants. For example, young people, families, and ordinary parishioners inspired in going out to give witness to the love of God.
How do you personally embody the Parramatta Way of Synodality?
The Diocese of Parramatta strongly embraces the synodal vision of Pope Francis. Encouraged by him, I, along with my brother bishops, aspire to be a pastoral presence, walking with the people of God, walking in front of them, showing them the way, showing them the path, walking in their midst to strengthen them in unity, walking behind them to make sure no one gets left behind, but especially never to lose the scent of the people of God in order to find new roads. Our Parramatta Way is therefore especially lived out in its parish councils, the Diocesan Pastoral Council, and many others, ecclesial structures where the local Catholic community listen, pray, and discern where the Holy Spirit is leading us today.